So first off, Leovold, Emissary of Trest is banned in Commander. And honestly, once you see what he does, you'll understand why. This smug little elf basically tells the entire table, you can only draw one card per turn, ever. And the best part, every single time you target any of my permanents, a land, a creature, a clue token, whatever, I draw a card. So not only you are essentially locked down, but I'm sitting here getting rewarded just for being a target of anything you do. But apparently Wizards looked at that and said, yeah, let's put him on Arena. He's Brawl legal now, and I'm going to show you exactly why he is a problem in today's video. Woo! Well, we're doing the thing, so we should probably do the thing. No. Draw some cards. We have an R set out. Draw one card. Sorry, buddy. You're gonna learn the hard way today. What would you like to do? Let me draw a card. That's so nice of you. An opponent realizes the problem. We did the thing! Oh, we made it sound too. Now we just have to get rid of black market connections. They can't draw an extra card. That's gonna stop them every time. Opponent scoops it up. Yeah, can't let that happen. Opponent doesn't like counterspells. I go first. This hand is so much better. Good God. I think I just want to get my tri-land here. I'm doing it on my turn so my opponent doesn't have any shenanigans. I just want to get all my colors and not worry about it. My starting town so we can keep mana drain up. Fortunately, mana drain is kind of a non-bow with Leovold. Sure. We could get them to extend into a toxic deluge. Hacking with Giver Ruins, okay. Yeah, I think I'm just going to Leovold. Good luck, opponent. And if my opponent goes wide, we can Toxic Deluge and keep Leovold on 1. I think I'm okay with this. Yeah. Pretty good. You can play this and keep up Bitter Triumph and Mana Drain. I like that plan. Pass the turn. What is this? That resolves. That resolved. What is this? Power and toughness equal to the number of creatures you control. If one or more token creatures to be created under your control, those tokens plus 1 white are created instead. I'm okay with this, because then next turn I can Toxic and still hold up Mana Drain. And Toxic for 2. Goodbye. Swing for 1. Pass the turn. Now we have Mana Drain mana up. Our hand's pretty strong. And our opponent's missing their land drops, so I'm going to mana drain that. Or opponent had enough. Had enough. I go first. Sure. We can get a Surveil land, or we get all of our colors. Cursebound Witch. Seems good. I think I want to get all of our colors. Now we can keep up our mana drain, or we can get our fetch land back and keep on ramping. Priest of Forgotten Gods. Yeah, that needs to go away. I'm just gonna untap, slam the One Ring, and be able to draw it right away. Pass the turn. Hopefully we can get some lands off it. If not, we can Procession to get it back. Dark Legion Zealot. You can draw and I can draw. Mystic Sanctuary. 3 or more other islands. That's a mistake. Okay. I'm fine just passing. Might have to cut Mystic Sanctuary. It's cute, but... Beats for 2. I'll take it. We'll just get mana drain back. I'm fine with this. Looking for some lands that come play untapped. Nope. Just gonna play our land and pass. We're not quite under a threat yet. They animate their land, we can fatal push it. We're getting really close to Cyclonic Rift Overload. Let's just be mana efficient, I guess. Let's just start pushing something. And we can now set up for we can now start setting up for Leovold with Lightning Greaves. That's my least favorite card here. Probably Remand. I want to keep the land. We're getting low on life with the One Ring though, so it's something to worry about. Let's get our Surveil and see what we find. Sure, that works. Take 3. And I don't think we can draw anymore. Let's try to equip the boots on Leovold. It just happens? Okay. Need to find a Shieldred. Our Shieldred will let us not die to our own ring. We'll just counter that. Be efficient. Ritual, sure. Which one responds? Interesting. Each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker of their choice. Okay. Alright, we'll mana drain that. Do you have another one? Another one, that'd be scary. Target opponent reveals a number of cards from their hand equal to the number of creatures in your party. I would like to draw a card, please. You can take that card. You're a little low on hand, so I'm not worried about the combo right now. Mox Amber. I think we just slam Horror here. And we can bounce our One Ring to our hand. We have Dig Through Time and Cyclonic Rift up. And Wash Away. I think I'm okay with this. And now Hullbreak Horror can bounce the One Ring to our hand. Perfect. I'm gonna counter that. And this is gonna turn the One Ring to our hands. Full control. Gonna draw. We still get our 4 draws. We're keeping up. Dig Through Time. We can bounce anything that they play off the spellbook. And opponent scoops it up. Pretty good. Go first. Last time better. Lands. Shuffle. We got lucky, we found our land. Throw them off. Pitching. Reckless Act. Okay. Gonna pay our tap land. Nothing to see here, opponent. Read the bones. Sure. Get our 3 colors here. Yep. I'll be able to worry about mana for the rest of the game. I can't preordain because then I'm going to lose mana drain. I'm going to wait till next turn so I can still keep up double blue. Or I can cast 2 spells. I can Spell Snare and Stern Scolding as well. Get things out of the way. Fortunately, there's nothing I can do with mana drain here. Pass. That. Unfortunately, we're still going 1 for 1. Let's make opponent discard a card. Away darkness. I think I want to, because we can't get advantage of this just yet, so we can wash away here and still hold up Stern Scolding. Land would be really, really nice. Yeah, oppression is pretty good. Anytime oppression says whenever I cast a spell, that player discards a card. Start adventuring. Discard a card here. We really need to start getting card advantage or we're going to be in trouble. From archive. Discard a card, please. Edict. I'm really glad I didn't play Leovold. Do I want procession? I don't think so. Leovold, pass the turn. You can tick up bandit talent now. Discard your card. Hero's Downfall doesn't work with Lightning Greaves. I guess we should have had Procession. Cyclonic Rift's just going to get discard, and Procession could have gotten us a land. This bounce is kind of silly to watch, but I like it. Drawing cards. Bouncing, they're bouncing. Draw 3 cards and reveal them. Sorry. Leovold says no. Finally has searched through the dungeon. Which one is he going through? Nope. Keep getting value. This is a heck of a dungeon escapade, I must say. Sure. I'm just gonna watch my opponent have fun over there. Get pinged for 2 every turn. They play their commander, they discard that card. Black Market Connections. Okay. From the command zone. an extra card, sorry. My turn, I would like to draw that land. Oracle seems okay. Start getting our stuff, shall we? I'm gonna bounce their entire board so they stop getting good advantage. We might dual land. Cyclonic Rift, pitching Oracle. I want to draw with Consult still. On my upkeep, I can do that. Replace Meat Hook Massacre for 3. Pretty good. Commander. Then they play Black Market again, pitching Hedron, so I'm just going to draw a bunch of cards here. Leovold is great. I'm going to pitch Mystical Teachings. Soup up the Greaves. And beatdowns. We can now dig through time and end a turn. Fortunately, you have to pitch Consult, but I'm okay with this. Opponent passes, gives up. One goes first. Interaction and draw. Okay, we'll risk it. Play our blue first for Brainstorm. Opponent crashes the land, finds a Godless Shrine. Plays Isolated Chapel. Passes. Perfect. Perfect. Unfortunately, we're Brainstorm locked, and we won't get green. So let's play an island and keep up Counterspell. Unfortunately, we don't have Fader Push up. This is the downside to playing it this way. Okay. Just gonna keep passing. Opponent plays Plains and plays their Squall. Just be mana efficient and get rid of this. Player tap land. I guess we could have played the untap land for Notion Thief for Scavenger Grounds there. It might be a mistake. Let's see what's going on. Pass the turn. We could play Psychic Fog there, but I think it's still worth keeping our stuff up. Opponent beats with the fish. They probably have a ton of removal, so if they waste their removal on Notion Thief, I think I'm gonna be okay. Swept Heath. And now we have all of our mana, so next turn we can put this on Notion Thief. Lords of Plowshares. Okay. Okay, hear me out here. That wasn't done on my end step. I'm really blue restricted with this hand. Need a black source. Let's get an Overgrown Tomb. And cast Leovold. Let's see if it sticks. It sticks! Oh, hallelujah. Plays Demonic Disciple. When this creature, each player sacrifices creature or planeswalker, their choice. Okay. We can play Glarb. Holding up counter magic this time. And pass the turn. We can play spells 4 or greater from top of our library. Pretty good. Want to mix in a fish. Big fish. Play some planes. I'd like to get some our card advantage stuff. The Heuristic Study is going to stay on top. I would like to... I'm going to counter that. I would like to counter that spell. And my opponent's passing to my turn, so let's tap our grounds to get Heuristic Study down. I don't know if Strip Mine does anything now. No, wait. Strip Mine the Fountain Port. That's a pretty good draw. You can put Edict on the... keep Edict on the top? I don't know. They have tokens, so... I might scry Edict, or I might surveil Edict away. I want to cast this... pay for it. Destroy all non-land permanents. I think this is an answer we need. Wrath the board? Yep. That's rough. And our Leovold is now unprotected. My boots are gone. Opponent plays Squall. Yep. Level this up, and now we can let's see what they do. We can Scavenger Grounds and Fatal Push. Unfortunately, we'll lose our graveyard, so our delve spell, our one delve spell, will be suffering. Okay, we do this now because they're gonna make us get rid of it. And then we'll just throw Squall to the push. Oh. They did have a straw card. Okay. And then we're gonna lose File. Okay. We'll level this up. Play our land, pass the turn. Opponent plays their Squall. Get double strike with my by a 1/1. Ouch. Ouch. And then we draw 2 cards on my turn. Right. No. We can block with the Giant. With Ward 3. I don't think Ward matters. Because they have too much lands over there. I'm going to trade my land for your commander. If you have a pump, you do not. Okay. Not what I expected. Sunfall. Sure. Opponent is removal.deck. We will scry. Excuse me, we will surveil. Monogrift is pretty good. and we can cast it. Just kind of pass. See what our opponent wants to do. Transform your token. Wow, that was aggressively loud. Get in for beats for 2? No? Oh. Well, opponent, what are you sandbagging over there? A Thoughtseize and a Crucible. Oh, I'm gonna take your Thoughtseize. That's a turn. This is an instant. Yes, it is. Okay, just gonna pass the turn. 4 cards in graveyard. Yeah. What do I want to get, though? I think I want to get Dig. Or I guess I could have got Mana Drain on the stack. Let's just get Teaching for something else. And grab Hullbreaker this time. And now we can start bouncing everything. It's fine. Wrap the board. Just get rid of the board. An opponent scoops it up. Beating. So here's kind of the final list I was running in the video, where we have a full suite of removal, counter magic, some ramp, a lot of the combo pieces, just a really strong top end, and a ton of card draw. So with our removal, we have Bloodchief's Thirst, which we get to destroy creature or planeswalker. Cling to Dust is a really good card, especially when we're playing cards like Mystical Teachings or Waterlogged Teachings, as we can find ways to remove problematic cards in the graveyard at instant speed. Duress for punishing our opponent's hand. We have Thoughtseize as well. We have Fatal Push for more removal. We have Bitter Triumph for more removal versus creatures and planeswalker. Vernal Grass, more removal. Sheoldred's Edict to get rid of problematic planeswalkers. Assassin's Trophy, it's another way to destroy target opponent controls, just a straight, clean answer to everything. We have Sultai Charm as a way to destroy target monocolor creature, artifact, or enchantment, or we can use this to draw and discard cards later in the game. And then we have our Wrath. We have Toxic Deluge, which is just a solid to get around Indestructible. Damnation, which is a great on-curve for 4. And Villainous Wrath, I like using this over other kinds today, because I've been encountering a lot of token decks that go wide, and I've killed people by playing Villainous Wrath. For our counter suite, we have Spell Pierce, we have Spell Snare. There's a lot of 2-drops in this format currently. Stern Scolding is just a solid card. It counters a lot of commanders and a lot of problematic creatures in this current format. Strix's Serenade, another 1 blue counter your commander card. Unable to Scream is a great response to problematic creatures, so commanders or something like an Uro. You don't want to get triggers, but you don't have removal yet. Wash Away is another great 1 blue to deal with commanders. Cyclonic Rift just wins games when you overload. Memory Lapse is great to tempo your opponent out of the game. Negate is just a solid card in this format when there's a lot of non-creature spells going around. Remand is also another great tempo card and draws a card. Tail's End is just another way to counter target activate ability, trigger ability, or legendary spell. Counterspell is a solid card. Mana Drain is just always included in Brawl if you are playing blue. Tyrant Scorn is my fun of today. It can destroy target creature with mana value 3 or less, or it's a way you can bounce problematic creatures. Our fun of cards today, since we are in green-blue, a Royal Procession is return target card from graveyard to your hand. We can also look for this with Mystical Teachings and Waterlogged Teachings. Ashiok is a great card because there's a lot of problematic graveyard decks that are running around, as well as spells and abilities your opponent control can't cause their controller to search the library. This is a great way to shut down a lot of problematic cards, especially if your opponents are playing Demonic Tutor. And I just personally like this card. Glarb, we are in this 3 colors, and many of these games, Glarbs was fantastic. It's a great way to look at the top card of your deck at any time, and you can play lands and cast spells mana value 4 or greater from the top of your deck. When a game is very long and grindy, it's nice to get lands from off top of your deck onto the battlefield and draw positive cards. You can also cast Dig for Time off the top of your deck. I've casted a Hullbreak Horror off the top of my deck. Glarb continues to impress me, especially in a grind control shell like this. That Surveil 2 is a very powerhouse of a card. So in our ramp, we have Chrome Mox, we have Mox Amber, we have Birds of Paradise because we're in green, it can make any color. We have Arcane Signet, and I choose today to have Cold Steel Heart because it's a 2-drop that can keep us ramping. Just printed to Magic Arena Coalition Relic. Vial of Galadriel in long, grindy games really turns the corner, and you can draw 2 cards really quite often when you're going 1-for-1 with, like, say, a Control Mirror, or when you're just trying to find a top deck. And then Snapcaster Mage is just a solid card. We're playing really low to the ground spells and removals, so Snapcaster Mage is just an easy way to flashback any spell. New to the format is Lightning Greaves, just printed on Magic Arena. This is a wonderful card to put on Leovold. Giving a creature haste for equip 0 is a powerful effect. Oracle of the Alpha is just a strong 3-drop that puts power 9 into your library, and then you can scry and manipulate the top of your library. Now to our combo. Days Undoing, each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into their library and draws 7 cards. With Leovold on the board, you draw 7 and your opponent draws 1 card. Narset does the same thing Leovold does. Each opponent can't draw more than 1 card each turn, but it's nice to have another option in case they have more creature removal, not planeswalker removal, and also she can find and dig for more spells. Dark Deal does the same effect with Leovold. Each player discards all cards in their hand, then draws that many cards -1. If your opponent has a full grip of cards, they just draw 1 card, and you get a full advantage of this. We can do the same idea with Commit to Memory. Commit, put spell or non-land permanent in its owner's library second from the top, which is really nice to tempo your opponent, but you can cast Memory, which, aftermath from your graveyard, each player shuffles their hand and graveyard in their library and draws 7 cards. So when you have Narset or Leovold out, you draw 7, your opponent draws 1. And as well, if you have Notion Thief out, you can have the same effect. If opponent would draw a card, except the first one they draw in each of their draw steps, instead that player skips that draw and you draw a card. So this is another way to have that effect to punish our opponent with stripping their hand of their resources and we getting card advantage. And then in the fun cards in the top that I'm playing today to round out our curve, Tamio is just a solid card. She can get instants back your graveyard, slow down the pressure of your opponents, and you can just get a bunch of clue tokens to get card advantage that way. Childred is just fantastic in this deck. We are playing 3 colors, so our land base is kind of punishing sometimes, and especially when you're playing the 1 ring. Childred is a great way to regain that life back and also put a clock on your opponent. Rusko is just a great card. We are in Dimir colors, so we should play Rusko. Rusko is a way that you can turn the corner really quick by draining your opponent whenever you cast a non-creature spell, as well as Midnight Clock is just a great way to refill your hand the longer the game goes. I really like Liliana right now. This is a fun card in this deck. I'm mostly playing her for each player sacrifices 2 creatures of their choice, and it's a great way to get around problematic, indestructible creatures, but when she's out for long enough, Liliana just wins the game by herself. Same with Hullbreak Horror. When this card hits the battlefield, you start bouncing spells you don't control, or return non-land permanent to its owner's hand. So it's a way that you can just close out the game with a bunch of spells in hand and start bouncing their board. And then in our draw spell suite today, we have Brainstorm, because it's really easy to brainstorm, shuffle stuff away that we don't need. Ponder is another strong card to look at the top 3 and then shuffle it away. Consult the star charts, look at X cards based on how many lands you have, and in a grindy matchup, usually we're looking at a lot of cards. We are in black-green, so Assemble the Team looks at the top third of our library, rounded up for a card, and I can put that card in our hand. Choice of Fortunes, I am playing with this today. I don't know if I quite like it. It can also be placed out for other cards. Seek 2 cards, you may shuffle them in your library. If you do, seek 2 other cards, and then you have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. I am in blue. This card's amazing. Did you pay for that? And it's a way to draw a ton of cards. Visions, because it acts as a land drop. If not a land drop, it's an instant speed. Look at the top 6 card of your library. You reveal instant or sorcery and put them into your hand. So it's a good way to find an answer to my opponent's onboard thing, but also because it's an instant, we can find it with Mystical Teachings in case we're looking for a land drop. And then Mystical Teachings, you search your library for an instant card with flash, reveal it, put it in your hand. This might be a reason to not play Ponder. It might be a reason to play Opt instead and go more of a instant only suite to your removal and counter magic. But I like Ponder today. It's kind of like a fun pet card playing Legacy too much, but it's just options you can think of. Jace the Mind Sculptor, is just Jace's Mind Sculptor and a control shell. You can really manipulate the game into your advantage, and just tempo and card advantage and manipulate your opponent's deck so they're out of the game. Waterlog's Teaching is the same idea as Mystical Teachings, but we can play it as a land as well. So Mystical Teachings can find Waterlog or can find any other sources to find an answer to we need. Say I want to find a mana drain. I can find it at instant speed. The One Ring is an instant include in this. One Ring is just a powerful card. Even it's the nerf version on Arena. You have to tap 1 to pay for it. This card impresses me. Even though we draw 3 cards, at the beginning of the game we can Island Cycle. Island Cycle means for anything that identifies an island. So we can get our Surveil lands, we can get our Triome, or usually we land cycle and then maybe later on I find a Snapcaster and I can flash this back and draw 3 cards. This card is just impressive. No, we can't find it with Mystical Teachings or Waterlog Teachings, but the Island Cycle makes a very important card when we're playing a 3 mana base. And then Dig Through Time. Dig Through Time is a solid card. I like having Dig Through Time and not Treasure Cruise because we are playing the Teachings package, but also often enough I was able to cast Dig Through Time off the top of my deck with having Glarb on the field. Glarb keeps impressing me. If you want to change this up, I would recommend cards like more removal, or you can change up your 1 mana blue cards to be like Opt. You can find some Demonic Tutors in this deck, and there's a lot of ways you can interchange cards here and there to your liking that either uses the Mystical Teachings and Waterlog's Teaching, or you can just remove that and go more of a sorcery base with more removal and more shenanigans. That is up to you. And that's the deck. Leovold might be banned in Commander and paper, but on Arena, he's absolutely thriving. If you enjoyed this deck, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and drop a comment with what I should play with next in either Brawl, Standard, or whatever format on this channel. And we'll catch you in the next one.